The most controversial place on the internet. All right, I had a friend over today. I don't know if this is the most controversial place on the internet, but it's a lot more controversial than it used to be. So I had this friend over. He is a dating coach and he wants to change his brand so that he stops selling his time, which he can't get back, and he can't really sell in mass. He wants to stop selling his time. He wants to stop coaching people and instead sell products which he can sell many, 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 many of. He doesn't want to coach anymore. He wants to make products that coach for him, and he wants to grow his brand. And he asked me, he was like, "What would you do if you were in my position?" So this episode is for the people out there who have more controversial niches or brands. In my friend's case, he's a dating coach. And so this is what I told him. I said, you should be on X. I think I wouldn't have said this, of course, 13 months ago. I think that's when the acquisition happened. Or I think it happened. When did it? No. No, 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 no. It happened. I was still living in Rome when it happened. It happened in October. I wouldn't have said this 14 months ago. Would not have said this 14 months ago. Now, I would say it. I think has made such a huge push to be so free speech. I believe that creating a big dating brand on X is possible. Also, it's pretty lucrative. I met one of the things that my friend wants to do is he wants to launch a bot. Basically, it's an OkCupid bot. It's a bot that will reply for the customers on OkCupid. And I met one of the founders of Riz.ai at an event in New York City a couple of weeks ago. And Riz.ai is a very small team, very, very small, maybe two people. Riz.ai is making $250,000 a month using what the person does is a person gets a text, person screenshots the text, person puts the screenshot into Riz.ai, generative AI creates a response, the person pastes that response into the text. And that's how Riz.ai works. And that company's making $250,000 a month. Very simple premise. So this is a big niche. A lot of people want dating help. A lot of people are frustrated. My friend wants to become a leading brand in that niche and sell his own products. So I said you should be on X because X will allow more controversial opinions on dating than a lot of other places. So that was one of the things that I said he should be doing. Here's specifically what he should be doing is he should be using the Twitter X ads glitch on X. That would get him a lot of followers very fast, especially in this niche. This is a niche that spans the world where everybody has frustrations in dating, especially in this niche. That's one thing that he could do. I told him that he should be on TikTok doing so this is content that I know somebody else who's a dating coach. I know a lot of dating coaches. And this other person, he's a dating coach. He was doing very well on TikTok when he was posting consistently, and then he stopped posting consistently. And the reason he did that is because he didn't understand how to monetize. He got to 44,000 followers on TikTok, and I told him just like continue actually he was at a point where he could monetize, but he was getting paid a lot of money for consulting, and he didn't understand that he could make products like my friend understands. My friend understands that he can make products and sell to a big audience, and this person didn't understand that. So I would do if I was my other friend, my first friend, just copy what this other friend did. And this is what the other friend did. The other friend posted interview videos where he was asking questions about dating to the opposite sex. And all the videos had this fun, flirty feel to them. And they were getting, each video was getting when he was posting consistently. So I'll share what happened because it's actually very crazy. This friend was in Sweden. He was posting every day. He's putting out a new video every day. He got to a point where he was growing by 1,000 to 2,000 followers each day. Wild. And he has one video that has like 7 million views, another that has 3.5. He was doing so well. And then he went to Turkey for a little bit. He wanted to see Turkey. He went to Turkey. He went to Istanbul. When you travel, it can be very hard to keep up a content schedule. And he missed a day, and that day turned into 2 days. Then he posted a video, and because he missed it 2 days, the video didn't do as well. I think algorithms actually reward consistency on TikTok. I've That's something that I've noticed. The video didn't do as well. He waited another 3 days to post another video, and it wasn't as good, and his streak was ruined, and so the video again didn't do as well. He started to get demoralized, and his videos became more infrequent, and now his videos only get maybe 10 to 15,000 views, and he's pretty much stopped posting. He just doesn't post very often because he got, I guess, demoralized. He went back to Sweden. Even going back to Sweden, he was demoralized because of the lack of momentum. It didn't continue because he didn't keep posting. But his content is very easy. It's just these interview videos. Actually, something that I learned this from the marketing agency Fuck Jerry, from a friend who knows them and talked to them. Fuck Jerry, I've talked about them on this podcast before because they do very well on TikTok, just jacking other people's content, viral content, and putting it up on their channels. They do that on Instagram. They're a viral marketing agency, and they create top of mind awareness for viral marketing by posting other people's viral videos. And they do that on Instagram and on TikTok. But this is something that, and they also invented the dude with the sign meme. They created that meme. This is something that they told a friend. They said that that like interview man on the street type content does very well on short form mobile. It just does very well on mobile video. And that's what my friend in Sweden was doing. And so that's what I said that this first friend should do. I said this first friend should post controversial opinions on X, should make these playful, fun, flirty, man on the street type content on TikTok. Use reusevideo.com to have all of the TikToks simultaneously come out to IG Reels and to X, onto that controversial X. But these videos wouldn't really be that controversial, but it's still good content and it's relevant to the brand. And then at the end of 30% of the videos, the person would plug one of the products. And any video that did really well on TikTok, now that video is viral permanently, because as I've talked about, you can take a well-performing video from TikTok and repost it every 3 months to just IG Reels, and it'll keep going viral on IG Reels. It's crazy. The same goes for X. Person can do that for X as well. And so this would be a really good flywheel to drive awareness and sell these dating products, whether that is info products or it's this bot that my friend is making for OkCupid or some app. This would be a great way to grow that brand. I also think that there is a huge opportunity for more controversial brands where these brands can't post on most of the other social media platforms, but X is still a good place for them because there is a huge emphasis on free speech on the platform. That's what I'm seeing now. Oh, and the other thing, this is almost too obvious to mention, but I'll mention it anyway, is just have an email list. Direct people to an email list. This is one of the things I told my friend who was in Sweden. He didn't have a list, and I said, you need to. He was young. He didn't have a lot of experience with marketing or product and entrepreneurship, so that's why he didn't really understand how valuable the audience he was growing was. And I said to him, start an email list. You need to own your audience because you could be shadow banned or you could be canceled or anything could happen. You need a list. And so for my friend who asked me, what would you do if I were in your position? The other thing is, and again, almost too obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people don't realize they need a list. And it's nurture the audience that you are developing with a list and build devout fans with an email list. And that's the other thing. But most people who's listening already knows that. But if you don't have a list, pretty important. You can join my email list at edwardsturm.com/newsletter. All right. This is episode 145 of The Edward Show. 145 of The Edward Show. 11:50 p.m. on a beautiful Monday night here in Poland. I'm going to edit this bad boy and then I'm going to make pork and pierogies because I'm in Poland. So what else am I going to eat? I'm going to eat pierogies in Poland and pork. It's going to be great. I'm going to have it with melted butter. Oh my God. And then sauteed red onions. Come on. It's going to be fire. And I'm going to roast some broccoli in the oven. It's late, but I'm gonna do that cooking. Honestly, I should start that before I do the edit. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will talk to all of you. I'll talk to all of you again tomorrow. Bye now.